Hello, hello, hello. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000, and we're back with another fight night slash UFC picks and predictions. This week it's going to be Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Decent fights, or a decent main event to be honest. But first, we got to start off with last week's card, which was UFC Fight Night Macau. We'll just briefly go over the road to UFC. Really quickly, 7 out of 10, pretty good. Looking forward to seeing George Mangos and Murdoch. Yeah, from that one. And then the one on day 2, looking forward to seeing Suzuki. Suzuki looked really good. And Fukuda looked also really good. And I think I picked Larkiense, but I think he lost in my opinion. And Bayartar has also looked pretty good. As for the actual fight night, did okay, 8 out of 13. I didn't get to see much of it because I had woken up, but I know I got Asakura right. Zhang, I mentioned in the video I should have gone with Zhang. I mean Alonso Minifield, especially what I had heard about Zhang as I was making the video or previous to making the video. So I don't know what I was thinking. Angela Hill's sus. Let's see who else is in here that I had picked. Yisak Lee, not as good as I thought he was. I don't know what happened in the Alex Pereira and Sumaderji fight. Taliesin is just not good. Yeah. Anyways, next thing to start for this was UFC Fight Night. I believe it's in the Apex. Yep, Apex. Muhammad versus Bonfim. Start off with the Kernan Jerker, as per usual. It's going to be Ketlin Souza versus Ariane Carnelosi. It's Ketlin Souza decision easily. Carnelosi is not good whatsoever. She's really bad. And I think this is a perfect situation where Ketlin Souza can go up the rankings a little bit more. She's a little bit more interesting than Carnelosi. Carnelosi is not good. As I've been saying, there's nothing really else to say about this one. It's straightforward. Ketlin Souza decision, possibly submission, but I'm going with the decision because I feel like that's a little bit more understandable. But yeah, next fight, Jaisla Chavez versus Eunice Dubin. I'm taking Chavez by decision. I had this idea thinking like, oh, Dubin is able to crack Clark, or Shannon Clark for Dana White Contender Series. But then she got completely dismantled by Carly Judice, and that's kind of understandable because Carly Judice is good. But Jaisla Chavez looked really, really good against Montenegro, and I thought Montenegro was gonna win. I thought she had a good chance of winning. This is going to be another one of those cases where Chavez just dismantles Dubin because Dubin is technically not good at all. She's very hit or miss. If she gets it, she gets it. If not, good luck. So anybody who has any technicality will survive Dubin. So yeah. Next fight, Jordan Levitt versus Joe Anderson Brito. I'm going with Levitt decision on this one. I originally was going into this thinking like, oh, it's gonna be Brito. Like obviously, like we've seen this guy like KO and crack whoever comes to his way, but he's not good. I think we kind of overhyped him really, really high because of him beating Diego Lopez. But as you see more, like the loss against William Gomes is not aging well. The loss against Pat Sabatini is, to be fair. And then Isaac Thomas, he struggled really bad against him. And Thompson doesn't look the greatest. He looked like he was on short notice, but he didn't look the greatest. As for Jordan Levitt, I think he has a good chance of just submitting him. I really hope Brito wins just because, it would keep the division at least a little interesting. Knowing that, though, I think Brito will get just wrestled. I just think he struggles against anybody who can wrestle to some degree. Levitt is quite literally the person who wrestles. His wrestling is really good. And I think that's enough to just get him. So I'm taking Levitt by decision. I hope Brito can win. I don't trust him to win, though. So that's why I'm going with Levitt on that one. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if either one wins. But I want to take Levitt just to be safe because he has shown results back to back where he doesn't get messed up. Brito has. So, yeah. Next fight. Chelsea Chandler versus Priscilla Cachoeira. This is a battle of butt versus ass. They're not good. Neither one is good. Taking Cachoeira because she at least has 13 wins. Chelsea Chandler only has 6 out of 4 losses. 8 losses for Cachoeira, but she has 13 wins at least. I'm taking it by decision. She could easily KO Chelsea Chandler. I could think she can and she will, but I don't want to take that risk, so I'm taking decision by Cachoeira. Nothing else to say about that one. Next fight. Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. I'm taking Chairez by decision. Bruno Silva has a really good chance of knocking out Chairez, in my opinion. Will he do it, though? I want to say no. He kind of just goes... I would say he kind of struggles with strikers. And he does really good against people who are wrestlers. Chairez is a heavy wrestler, but he also has the reach. And if you look at each of his losses, it's against people who have a decent amount of reach. Like Joshua Van, not so much, but Joshua Van is a champ. He's just really good at going for the body. Manel Cap, it's just good at striking. Charles Johnson, even though I felt like Bruno Silva won, he did struggle against the striking and long range. Chairez, similar idea, I think. He's just going to hold him to the cage, strike, keep a distance. That's really all he needs to do against Bruno Silva. But Bruno Silva does look really good. I'm not looking past him. Neither should Chairez. So yeah, I think he's gonna win by decision. It's just gonna be wrestling on that end. Next fight, Marcus McGee versus John Yanis. This is kind of pretty straightforward. It's gonna be Marcus McGee KO round 1. This fight doesn't make sense. I don't know why this fight is even happening. Marcus McGee just fought Peter Yan. Should probably be fighting, if not in the rankings, a little bit outside, probably someone in the top 20. This one doesn't make sense still, like I just said. But it's going to be McGee KO round 2. John Yanis doesn't really have a chance, in my opinion. McGee is really good at striking. I would say Yanis also to some degree is that good striking-wise, but I can't trust him. Next fight, Ivo Barniewski versus Junior Tafa. I remember seeing this fight get listed opening odds for Barniewski plus 200, which is insane. It's completely flipped now. But yeah, I'm gonna take Barniewski KO round 1. This fight's not going past maybe the 30-second mark. Someone's getting KO'd. I think it's gonna be Barniewski that gets the KO on Tafa, but we'll see. Tafa has a good chance. To be fair, he works really good whenever it's fast-paced, just striking, just trying to knock each other's head off. Barniewski so does as well. Does really good in those situations. But I'm taking Barniewski just because he has a little bit more promise in the UFC. Tafa, not so much. So, yeah. Next fight. Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. Another really straightforward fight. It's going to be what we all know and expect. It's going to be Alessandro Costa by KO round 1. Costa just struggles sometimes, against the Alden Correa fight. That was more like a injury. Regardless, I think he's gonna KO Matt Schnell, just like everybody else has. Welcome to the club. Yeah, that's about it. That's nothing else to say about these. There's a couple fights out here that are pretty just straightforward. It's probably 1, maybe 2 or 3 fights where I'm it could go either way, but Next fight. Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. I'm taking Luna by decision. I think Luna has a really good chance against Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell only loses to high-end competition. Santiago Luna is that high-end competition, in my opinion. I might be overrating him a little too much, but he is really good. I see a lot of promise in him eventually going up, and as he progresses as a fighter. I think he can not walk through, but definitely dismantle Bryce Mitchell. Pull off a decision. And yeah, possible KO. I don't see that happening, but possible KO. I'm going with decision. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of decision on this card. It's the Apex, so yeah. Excuse me. Next fight, Fares Ziam versus Tom Nolan. This one kind of sucks. I like both of these guys. Kind of wanted them to progress a little bit more. To be fair, Tom Nolan still has a lot of time to progress. And he might eventually become a top 15 fighter. We'll see how that goes. But Fares Ziam is that top 15 fighter. I don't know why he's not even fighting in the rankings or why he's not in the rankings. He's good. He's really good. Like he beat Nazim Sadikov, and I thought Nazim was gonna be top 10, like minimum top 10. Yeah, he just beats all these dudes. He's too good. Taking Ziam KO. I was gonna take him by decision, but I'm taking him KO round 3. I think he's gonna put the beats on Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan is a tough puppy. It has definitely gotten better as his time goes or his tenure goes on. Knowing that and how he has been KO'd before, I think he's gonna up his striking defense, last until round 3, and then he's gonna get body shotted or liver kicked or something from Fares Ziam. So we'll see. I'm taking him by KO round 3 though. Next fight in the co-main event, it's gonna be Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian. I'm taking Brendan Allen by submission round 2. We all know how Edmund fights. He goes really hard, really fast. I don't think we're gonna see a good for Edmund Shabazian, at least from on this end, especially coming from a fighter like Brendan Allen, who should be fighting someone who's in the top 5. I don't know why he's fighting Edmund Shabazian. I don't understand this. He might be a little too fast for Brendan Allen. There's a possibility where Edmund could crack and maybe possibly KO Brendan Allen. I think he's learned his lesson from Chris Curtis, Sean Strickland, all those Extreme Couture guys. Actually, are they from Extreme Couture? I'm not too sure. I thought they were, but I might be mistaken. Regardless, however, I do think Brendan Allen has a good chance of winning. I don't believe Edmund Shabazian will survive round 1, but if he does, he's gonna get submitted round 2 for sure. Nothing much else to say about this one. Yeah. Next fight in the main event, Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. This one is a little hard, I would say. I had Bilal Muhammad originally, and I have a little way too many underdogs on this card as I'm doing the predictions. And that's never a good sign on my end. Yeah, because Bonfim is a dog, and I'm picking him. Let's see, Santiago Luna's a dog as well, and I'm picking him. Let me see, Evo was not a dog anymore. Shirez is a dog. That's 3, I believe. That's 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3 right there. 4 because Priscilla Cashiera, but to be fair, I can see that going into pick'ems during the fight or day of the fight. That's 4. 5 for Jordan Leavitt or Levitt. Yeah, that's 5. 5 is kind of pushing it, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna stick with it. Some fights might flipping odds. Regardless, though, I think it's gonna be a Bonfim decision. Possible. No, I don't think he's gonna KO Bilal. Bilal's a little too chinny, or not chinny, hard-headed. But I think it's gonna be a Bonfim decision, as we've seen time and time again. Bilal, classic Bilal, is just gonna try to hold him up against the fence. I think Bonfim will not allow that, and it's still physical. He's still really young. He's only 28. Bilal's 37. He's kind of old now. I feel like he should be. I mean, I've seen him, but he should just stick to the coaching, which he has been. But Bonfim is reaching the height of his career, especially if he beats Bilal. I think he has there's a good argument for him to be fighting for the welterweight belt, and if that's the case, there's a lot of fights there for him before that, because there's way too many people that are lined up for him or for the belt. Regardless, though, I think Bonfim has a good chance of winning. Strictly just because he is a better striker than Bilal. I think that's pretty clear. Or at least striking power. Striking could go either way. Bonfim, I think, takes that cake or takes the cherry on that cake. But Bilal's striking is actually pretty decent for what we've seen from him. Wrestling wise, definitely Bilal. But BJJ is a different story. I feel like Bonfim could definitely catch him, maybe in some way, shape, or form, where he just catches him in a guillotine. Something similar to like the Figgy and Song Yadong fight from this past week, where Song gets Figgy tries to going for a takedown. Song catches him in the guillotine, and then it goes out like that. That's a good possibility, but I think I feel pretty confident with Bonfim going by decision. Now that I think about it, there hasn't really been that many decisions as of recent from the main event, if I remember correctly, because Song Yadong just got his sub. Yeah. Actually, there's been a decent amount of decisions, and it's like decent finishes, some submissions. It's like it's been decent-ish. I don't know. I think Bonfim has the decision on this one. Yeah. There's not much else to say about that one. We'll see closer to the fight. Well, no. We'll know the day of the fight, actually. But yeah. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I had. Really not much else to say. Haven't checked the prediction guy yet. Actually, I should probably check right now. I feel like I did okay. I thought I did. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna include the whatever I have in the video. If there is something good, if I did bad and I didn't even show up on the rankings, then you won't see anything at this point. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. This was Mustardketchupmayo 1000, and goodbye.